Let's start over. Who remembers my name? Hey everyone, I'm Leo from LI.FI, and today we are sponsoring the Composer project for the ETHGlobal Hackathon. Composer is essentially a compiler. It allows you to execute complex DeFi strategies in one atomic transaction. The way it works is that you define a declarative flow. This happens in JSON land, so it's a pretty simple interface. And the idea is that we take this JSON flow and then mangle it a bit and transform it into something you can execute with one click on chain. Everything gets pre-simulated, so you also get information about what outputs you're going to get, how much gas you're going to use, and if the transaction is going to fail or not. So many of you might have had the situation before. You wanted to execute a swap, a vol deposit, and then some other operation like a stake or restake of your vault shares. And often this gets shipped into multiple different flows. So you have multiple transactions you need to send, and you need to have some sort of coordinator that takes the output of the previous transaction and feeds it to the new transaction. This is kind of a pain, and some people try to solve it using Multicall. The issue is that Multicall doesn't give you this data flow really. Like you need to hard code these intermediary values into your call data, and it's not great when it comes to building flows like this. It's pretty flaky. So yeah, Composer allows you to define this flow in one spot, and then all of the intermediate values get passed on through the various operations. As I was saying, everything goes through this JSON specification that we made. Is essentially a embedded DSL. You provide what inputs go into your transaction and what operations you execute, and then we take care of the rest. Here I created a really simple flow that performs a swap and a zap. Zap being, you staking something into a vault. And I'm gonna go through the various bits to showcase how it actually works. This is the TypeScript SDK that you can use, but essentially, as long as you can produce JSON out of one of your preferred languages, you can interact with Composer, no issue. So yeah, first step of your flow is declaring your inputs. In this case, we are declaring that wrapped Ethereum goes in. It's a ERC20 resource. You define how you want to provide this input into the context of Composer. In this case, I use a direct deposit, aka you have an EOA, you have some WETH, and you want to deposit it into Composer context. The stars of the flow are the nodes. We have two nodes here that we've created. We have a swap that takes the WETH resource and transforms it into a USDC resource, and then a subsequent operation that we call the zap that allows you to go from a USDC resource to some staked USDC. You can note here that we also have support for what we call guards. Essentially, this allows you to have some sort of certainty about what the minimal amount will be when the transaction executes. These are optional, but it's a good idea to put them in most of the flows you're going to create. Yeah, so there's one thing that I wanted to clarify regarding how Composer works, which is the account model. Each signer, so this can be your EOA, a safe, a smart wallet, gets a dedicated user proxy. So all of the interactions through Composer happen in this isolated environment. The idea is that each user has their own. It's deployed automatically if you don't have it yet, and it allows you to not share approvals with other users of the Composer product. Once you're inside the user proxy, execution happens through Delegate call to our on-chain virtual machine. The API surface is pretty simple. We have one main endpoint that you communicate to. This is the /compose endpoint. You post your JSON data flow graph to it. And then you have two metadata endpoints that are interesting to figure out what operations are available. This one is the /compose/manifest route. And then the other one is related to zaps. It allows you to know what kind of zapping operations we support. Yeah, there's some details here regarding how you authenticate with it. You need an API key. You can get it at portal.ly.finds. portal.li.fi. The response you're going to get once you send your flow for compilation contains a bunch of fields. Of course, you get a transaction back. You are responsible for sending this on chain yourself. You also get a list of approvals that are required to execute a transaction. This is a best effort kind of situation. We try to figure out what you might need. And then one of the most interesting outputs is the resources that get produced out of this. Essentially, since this is pretty much Turing complete, you can do kind of whatever. We try to figure out what are the dangling resources at the end of a flow, and they are exposed in the response, something like this, essentially. For the hackathon specifically, we decided to go one step further and provide a bunch of new operations that we don't have on the live surface yet, and then we kind of tied a demo to it. This was a cross-venue debt migration, and the kind of situation that justifies this example is, imagine you have a Aave position with this APY, and you want to migrate to a better position, say on Morpho with a better APY. You can do this using Composer in one single flow. And what's cool about this is that, as I show in the slide, a lot of the complexities of using flash loans, which are required for this kind of cross-venue migration, are abstracted away for you with this concept that we call Materializers. So this is just a snippet to show you how easy it is to deposit something, but also obtain a flash loan for some funds that you want to use in your flow. So all you need is just 3 lines of code, and then the complexity is taken care for you. And the migration happens in this kind of 3 beats. You first have an exit, to clear the old position. You repay your Aave debt. You zap to free your WETH collateral. You enter the new position. You can see that we have 2 flash loans, one here and one here. They're used for the interaction. And then you settle your flash loan by repaying the funds that you actually used. As I was saying, all of this functionality is in preview and is specifically available on the ETHGlobal specific Composer deployment. All of the SDK surface, you just need to essentially point it to this URL to have access to these new operations. And we support Aave V3, Balancer V2, Morpho, and then ERC3156 flash loan providers. Most of you will probably be working on this using agents. We provide a llms.txt and llms-full.txt guidance. You can just point your agents to this URL, and then they're going to figure out how the flows need to be built. You can probably take a screenshot of these slide here. There's also like this QR code. Essentially, we created a repo with 30 plus examples that you can run against our backend to give you an idea of what's available and what's possible with the product. As I was saying, the only thing you need really to interact with this is the API key you can get at our partner portal. We thought about a bunch of things that you can build with this. These are just some examples. Essentially, you can do, as I said, Turing complete operations. So we're really interested in seeing what use cases you can come up with. We're interested in AI tracks, but also UX tracks and dev tooling tracks. I'll pause a second for you to maybe take a screenshot of this. Oh, sorry. And yeah, so this was a quick presentation. I just wanted to showcase how the interaction pattern looks like for this product. If you have questions, I'm going to be at the booth. And yeah, thanks for listening. Any questions? I guess not. Okay, see you later, guys. Yeah, so it depends on what kind of surface you're targeting. If it requires Web 2 interactions, that's a bit more complex. So, but we allow you to target pretty much any smart contract on chain. So you have all the surface to call any smart contract you want using Composer. So you can use our primitives and also ship your own primitive to call any smart contract on chain. Yeah. Um, So, I mean, Composer is quite new. We don't have partners building on this just yet. This is kind of like the launch, the first launch, public launch for the Surface. We have some partners working on that migration flows. I think that's the most complex one that has a lot of traction, probably. Yeah. Oh, ARC chain, you mean? Okay, so the question is if Composer is available on ARC chain. Unfortunately, no, not yet. It's in the backlog, but we don't have it shipped yet. Okay. Okay, so the question is there any whitelist when it comes to interacting with third-party contracts? The answer is no. You can communicate with pretty much whatever contract you want on chain. Okay, I think that's a wrap. Thank you, guys.